And the teams have arrived here at Clifton 3G. And let's just run you through the teams. So the Nottingham Trent University team, the women on their team, Alice Bishop, Lucy Horsted, Phoebe Rooson, Jessalyn Lowe, Emma Twitchin, Tani Karimi. And on the men's, Alex Page, Edmund Humphreys, Tom Barkley, Sam Ertel, Tawhid Ibrahim and Thomas Hayes. And the green and gold, the women, Lucy Sayers, the captain, Sen Si To, Sue Quen Lim, Hannah Booth, Maya Israel and Monica Person. And the men, George Gayton, the captain, Tom Bell, Charlie Ferris, Joel Miller, Theo Russell and Z Liu. So this is a mixed teams event, and both sides at all times must have a 4-3 split of men to women or vice versa, just as long as that 3-4-4-3 split remains at all times. The teams are just about to start. They're all lined up. Nottingham Trent to my left, University of Nottingham to my right. University of Nottingham, the favourites. They have won the last few years and won quite convincingly at that as well.
Let's go, UoN!
And we're underway here. The teams have begun. And I'm joined by my co-commentator, Matty Coldwell. Matty, what are your thoughts as the game just gets underway?
Well, it's a strong lineup from UoN, sorry. Forget where I am. And they're currently, Trent now have the disc in the defensive area.
And it's been dropped, and UoN get the ball rolling. We'll get the frisbee throwing. One could say Miller with it now. And they're making ground. Rutter. That is a cracking throw. Can it be caught? No. Sue Quen fails to catch it. And it is blocked by the Trent player.
So yeah, I'm here for the frisbee analysis, because I myself am a second team Bucks frisbee player.
Yes,
He's
Matthew
only played 2 games all year.
But yes, he does know the intricacies and nuances of the sport. He's going to be here for the analysis whilst I talk you through what's going on. Trent immediately dropped the frisbee after one throw after regaining possession, so UoN have it quite deep into Trent's territory.
Both teams are playing a vertical stack formation, and here they're at the edge of the end zone, UoN. So the cuts from Ferris has the disc. It's Gayton, sorry. He's wearing
Gayton and Ferris are wearing the exact same caps. Ferris is on the sideline.
I thought it was a bit too good to be Charlie.
Yeah, George Gayton is sort of the men's captain, the sort of face of UoN Ultimate.
One of the best players in the club, arguably, I say, because we don't want to create any beef here on the radio.
He plays it to a national level standard.
He does, yeah. He's GB. I was shocked that people can get GB, but it's quite open in frisbee. It's not like sports like football where to get to national level, it's very challenging. But frisbee, you just kind of get picked.
Yeah, it has a great community spirit, of course. Self-officiated, never any problems there. And I was seeing just before the game started a few mutual friends between the Trent players and the UoN players, because the community spirit is so strong.
Of course, all friendships are off the minute the disc gets thrown.
Exactly. Oh, the wind playing a part there, I feel like, as Trent managed to defend a UoN attack. And a great block there by Miller, which means UoN do get possession again.
Yes, that's the thing with outdoor frisbee. The wind is horrible. I played a game against Loughborough in the winter last year, and it was unplayable. I think we lost like 15-2 or something, just because frisbee in the wind, you just can't do it.
I'm seeing Gayton has it now, and UoN very close to the Trent end zone.
Now Lou
with it. Great throw to Rutter, and they are very close now. And he catches it, and Pearson catches it in the end zone. 1-0 to the green and gold as the teams switch ends.
Line coming out. I think we've got Belle, Ferris, Maya, Hannah, and Lucy. They're all coming on.
Yep.
For the green and gold.
So yeah, squad of 12, 7 play at a time, so fitness shouldn't be an issue.
There's an interesting reason as to why this fixture is always played away to Nottingham. It's because if we played it at UoN, they'd need to do the indoors. No one likes playing indoors.
Yeah, outdoors.
So play it here.
Yeah, so this Ultimate is always part of the Trent Super Wednesday programme as opposed to the UoN Super Wednesday, or as it is this year, the Super Sunday. And yeah, we'll be back after this reset.
How's it going, Lil G? You alright? Love it. What do you think the odds of Tom's pool being good are?
I think 1 in 100.
I like George's odds better.
There's no wind.
Oh no, you missed it. Men's the other week, Joel did a pool and ended on the other side of the road, outside of DRSV.
Here we go.
And we're back as the frisbee is thrown to Trent. That is a fantastic throw, making up a lot of ground there.
It's referred to as a pull
yeah.
when they start the point. Don't know why. They just call it a pull. Right, Trent with possession now.
Yep, that is a fantastic huck there. But they've got to make up the numbers. Apparently, Trent have a bit more of a chance than usual this year, according to experts. And as I say that, Trent do equalise. That is 1-1.
Hear the home supporters there.
Yeah, you can tell we're in Trent territory.
That's his game, isn't it? Intercepting.
Absolutely. So yeah, we switch ends again, and we'll be back after this reset.
Oh, no. Matt, you know the one where he's like, running a 4-4-2, developed in the Netherlands, of course. That's, oh man, it's awful.
You rejoin us. The scores are 1-1. University of Nottingham, taking the lead and then almost instantly losing it, which is a shame. But it is still early doors.
Trent on the pull at the moment.
Yeah, Trent. That's not the best pull.
It was a low pull.
And it hits the ground. Skating with it. Plays it to Suquen.
The long.
Suquen can't find Miller.
Can't find Joel. President of the Frisbee Society.
Yeah, Joel Miller, the president indeed, wearing the number 42.
He's been playing for about. I think it was PhD, I think.
Yeah.
So obviously he's got a lot of. Takes you about a year or two to learn the kind of ins and outs of frisbee. But you got to be committed. You got to be committed to make it that far, because it's quite a unique sport in that way.
Hammer over the top.
And
that's a brilliant grab.
Just while we're talking, Trent take the lead. A great hammer assist. And Trent do lead now as the teams swap ends.
I don't think there's a time in recent memory when Trent have won this fixture. I think last year it was about 13-2 or something. It was a very, one-sided. Charlie Ferris with the signature Jesse Lingard celebration. He made that up. He made that up.
So yeah, you said last year it was, a very, very high scoring in terms of UoN, but it is Trent that lead.
Tom, you got anything to say to that you're losing?
And Trent are starting the next point with a pull.
Yeah, their last pull wasn't brilliant, but they do lead.
The trick behind a good pull is that you want it to float for a long time. Once you throw it, the other team are attacking, and you've got to get your players into your kind of defensive formation. So the longer it stays in the air for, the more time you have to run along the pitch. Because it's a big pitch, isn't it, Reece?
Yeah.
Is it an 11-a-side football pitch?
Yeah, it's an 11-a-side football pitch where it's a lot narrower, but it's still pretty much the same length, almost. And Theo Rutter there, one of the most underrated players in UK Ultimate.
He's been out with an injury for about a year, I think he did something to his ankle, but he's back.
Miller with a
Good
great
eye.
throw. Can it be caught?
Oh shit!
Brilliant catch by
Ferris, and they're very close to the end zone.
Run.
Well done.
Oh, that's the point.
That is the point. It sounded quite anticlimactic, but
By the home fans.
yeah, Charlie Ferris has caught it in the end zone.
Trent have blown their
Fantastic,
lead.
and he does the gun fingers, of course.
It's neck and neck here on Clifton campus.
Neck and neck again, 2-2, brilliant from Ferris as he comes off to a hero's welcome from the substitutes and fellow UoN members.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah, what do you have to say? That it was all about the throw for Miller there, wasn't it?
Yes, I mean Miller is of course one of the most significant members of this team. Here he is on the pull at the moment, but he carries somewhere.
Let's go,
But
Joe!
when combined with skills such as Ferris, Gayton, and Theo, and of course Sue Quen
Yeah, great
and
talents.
Monica Pearson from the women's side of things, yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, absolutely, and maybe the Trent lead might be short-lived. And
Spin pull
yeah, a
from
great pull,
Miller there.
spin pull, and it remains airborne for ages,
So look, the UoN team have
which means they can get bodies up the pitch. That's
the
brilliant.
press. Think of it as pressing in football.
Let's go, Tom!
Yeah.
Chase it, Tom!
Harder press. See, Tom needs to chase Tom Bell. He's not
Yeah.
forcing him close enough, so they're
Stay
getting
tight, Tom.
easy throws. Trent are playing a weird tactic. They're not stacking as per. They're playing man to man,
I see.
and it seems to be working.
And
With man to man, it all relies on the speed view versus your
I
marker.
think so.
and
I
of
think
course
Georgie,
your engine as well. But Trent have just retaken the lead 3-2, as you could probably hear by the cries of joy from the Trent faithful.
They'll take what they can get in this fixture.
Yeah, it's been a slow start from the green and gold.
Maybe
A lot of points going.
Maybe a tactical change is in order. Maybe they need to try zonal marking
Just for the
to
camera.
prevent that kind of thing from happening. But hey, it's up to the captain, George Gayton.
Yeah.
I think he's captain.
Yes.
It has been a game of deep shots.
Yeah. It's been a high octane start, but a slow one from UoN.
That's the thing with frisbee is people don't give it enough credit because, as you can see, most of it is just running around and chasing your marker. In football, you got your little rest periods, and you're a defender and you're on the attack or just general. But here, if you lose your marker, you lose the point. It's that simple, Reece.
Absolutely, and Trent about to get things underway with another pull. Their pulls haven't been as good as UoN's. A low pull with the spin there. Oh, the wind.
So now you can hear Charlie Ferris talking for Sue Quen because the count of you on the disc doesn't
Nice
start
catch,
until you pick it
Monica.
up. So they delayed to get the green and gold into position.
Unfortunately, dropped by Joel Miller there.
It was a hard catch.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
deep shots.
one-handed grab.
Would have been miraculous if we pulled it off, but no, Trent do regain possession now, and here they come. They have been very direct in their play.
Still
They're playing a stack at the moment, Trent.
pretty calm.
They've switched it up a little bit.
Let's go,
From the
Maya.
back.
Maybe trying to slow things down. They've got the lead,
Oh, it was almost dropped there.
but and Trent do drop it,
Turn.
Did you drop it?
and
This is a good opportunity for UoN. It's on the halfway line. Let's see if they can make something of it.
absolutely, and it's going to be Rutter to take the throw.
Stack on
Rutter
Charlie.
gets it to Miller.
First cut. Joel was successful. Hammered.
Miller with the hammer,
Underneath that.
and it's caught by Booth. That's fantastic. 3-3.
It's something
Hannah
they call
Booth.
They call her Hammer Booth.
Oh, fantastic! And and she did just catch the hammer. That was brilliant play. And again, all about Miller's.
All right, Miller's delivering. It was a textbook.
Absolutely, it's 3-3. This is a fantastic game of ultimate frisbee.
It's high octane. We got blessed with the weather.
Yeah, neither side has led by more than 2 points so far. It's it's like very sort of back and forth, so to speak.
Very, very different to last year because it was UoN were chasing the victory. Because in outdoor frisbee, the game's automatically over once you hit 15 points. So I think UoN were on 14, and Trent almost staged a late scare, but thankfully they kept their nerve and we won. But it's a new season this year. They look like they've got quite a few freshers who are quite talented on the disc.
Yeah, absolutely, and their direct game has served them well so far. That's a decent pull.
They're playing with very high energy, but you can see
I mean, only
they're slowing, they're tiring.
Yeah, will they be able to maintain this brilliant standard, Trent, for the whole game?
Hard thing to do. But as opposed to other sports, you have 2 lines, so you get a point off. You don't have to play every point.
Tom!
I think if you did, frisbee would be a very challenging sport indeed.
Absolutely, and Trent, just passing it around. They're not making great distance. I say that though, and they put in a fantastic throw, but it's caught by Miller. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. And he gets it out to Lou.
Maya is going deep.
Yeah.
Gayton has it.
Caught by
Maya
Gayton. Oh, and it's not the best throw from Gayton.
I think he got point blocked there. He got point blocked by the Trent number
101, was it? Yeah. Fantastic play from Trent though to stop the threat of Gayton.
I mean, Gayton is he's an opponent.
Yeah, because Israel, she was clean through there if he could have got the throw away.
And Gayton being Gayton, he knows how to get a disc from A to B, so wouldn't have been an issue for him.
So great defending by Trent, and now they have the disc and the point, and that is 4-3 to Trent.
You can hear how much that means to the home fans.
Yeah, this is an incredibly close encounter.
This is a nail biter.
Yeah, what do you have to say about this one, Matthew?
It's a lot closer than the last one. I mean, you can tell by the jubilance of the Trent fans. They've come to see their team, and their team have really showed up from the series.
Yeah, they are playing fantastically so far. The score is 4-3 to Nottingham Trent University here at Clifton 3G.
You don't normally get this kind of close game in frisbee. Normally one team kind of asserts dominance quite early on. So it's a treat. It's a rare treat.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I say, the frisbee games that I've been to see, they have been quite one-sided. But this
it's Derby Day.
Yeah,
Derby Day.
exactly.
And it's live.
It's like you're right. It is a derby fixture, and derby fixtures are different to any other kind of fixtures. Form, in some ways goes out the window. Because UoN have been in great form recently, only losing 1 in the recent weeks.
Now the Buck season's over. Maybe they're a little bit out of practice. However, I think they can turn this around.
Yeah, I think they've definitely still got it in them to turn it around. And the spin pull there, that is a great pull from the Trent player. And
right at the end of
Rutter catches.
End zone.
And great throw to Miller.
The Trent markers aren't staying as tight now. They're letting the green and gold have their space to make the cuts, as Theo has just done.
Theo gets it to Ferris. Ferris back to Rutter.
Oh, good push
Rutter
pass there from Charlie. That was
and it's going. And is that going to be a catch from Gayton? Gayton gets the point. George Gayton, 4-all.
This is just crazy. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, this is brilliant. Ultimate frisbee, 4-4. And who's gonna get to the half-time mark first?
I mean, we might have a case here where the clock runs out, which normally I haven't seen happen very much.
No, it's a rare occurrence. I've only ever seen it once, and yeah, it's a very rare occurrence because, like you say, one team normally asserts dominance and goes on to win long before the time has elapsed.
It's been a very fluid game, I have to say, from a spectator standpoint. Which a lot of sports, if they were self-reffed, there's a lot of contesting, especially football, with offsides and stuff. You can self-ref in a competitive fixture such as this. Never a good idea. But spirit, like we said earlier, very strong, even amongst rivalries such as this.
Yeah, one of the main things about Ultimate Frisbee that sets it aside from other sports is it's basically in their rule book, spirit of the game.
Yeah, that must be it.
There have been no such instances where that has been broken by either side, in terms of like calling stalls too early and whatnot. And that was nearly an interception deep in Trent territory, but now Trent coming away with it. And they are looking dangerous. And their number 66 is, he looks very dangerous, doesn't he? Brilliant with the pivots. And he's been called
and here you see
for stalling, was it?
There's either been a stall, I think it's been a stall, but it's...
Let's stay with him, Tom!
So maybe, maybe the stall was called too quickly there, and they...
So once you call a foul, if you think there's been infringement, and then the opposing team has an opportunity to contest it, and then it boils down to basically the players around have a have a calm
Maybe a
discussion
lovely angle of
about what's happening. If there's not an overall decision, you either play a let
I wonder if we'll see an open
or
side.
you just play a let like they did there. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, so one of the Trent players accused of stalling. Turned out he had the ball for the frisbee, for less than 10 seconds. But yeah, UoN have it now,
UoN.
and Bell with a brilliant catch, and he's got it on the side now. Gives it to Lou.
Oh, but it's only his second year playing frisbee. He joined when I did last year. Oh, brilliant from Monica, brilliant.
That is fantastic. Joel Miller with another great pass. Hannah, it does get intercepted
It got
last
intercepted
second.
the last second. Hannah,
In the end zone as well.
maybe if she had her hands in the right place, she could have got it, but there was no way to know.
Booth could have been on for another one there.
There was no way to know. Oh, Miller's got it on the edge of the end zone. There are a
And
few
looking very dangerous now. Oh,
They're clearing out. They're doing a vertical stack. Bell's cutting. Monica's cutting. It's gone to Monica. Brilliant grab from Lou. What's he going to do?
Lou
They
gives it.
could go for a hammer over the top here, maybe.
Set up, no!
Lou gives it to Pearson. Oh, that is fantastic. It's another one for Pearson, and it's 5-4 to the green and gold.
Absolutely brilliant play. Absolutely brilliant play. Because an end zone play, we go over them meticulously in training. They're very, very difficult to accomplish because, of course, the opposing team is, all-out defence at that point. So, everyone has a specific job to do, whether you're bouncing around the back and messing up defenders or you're cutting from the front.
Nice work, Z.
Yeah,
So
that
they
was.
did very well there.
Yeah, they. You did suggest just before that they could have gone for hammer over the top, but instead it was a nice little side rule, low pass to find Pearson, who gets her second point of the game. So it's currently 5-4 to University of Nottingham, and our goal scorers, or point scorers, shall I say, have been Hannah Booth with 1, Monica Pearson with 2, George Gayton, and Charlie Ferris.
Cat would have been good. I was considering bringing my cat, but because I'm not playing, I was
I thought it was going to be cold. I've got a woolly cat. I didn't bring a cat.
Oh, we
That's
got
going
email
nuts!
alerts about to the club account about personalised UoN heads.
interesting. I need to check something.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
let's
got some
see.
Gators. Look.
Oh, I haven't got one.
Oh, fine.
It's basically just UoN branded hats.
It's shown just embroidered on a hat.
What is that?
UoN
logo
name
and
and number.
text.
Oh, your name and number.
It's just taken the pull, and it is a great throw, but Trent have it in their own half
Trent.
now.
They're just
And
playing
let's
back.
see what the University of Nottingham can do to combat them. And they are playing it quite risky, aren't they, Trent? This is only the second point in the game that they've been losing.
So it was very congested in the middle just then, but they appear to have broken free.
Yeah, University of Nottingham leading for the first time since the first point of the game, and it's gone straight out of play.
Almost hitting the commentator's booth.
Yeah, we were in the firing line there, that's for sure. And it's going to be a quick break in play whilst the two teams sort themselves out. What do you put that down to? Trent throwing it out of play.
You saw it take a hefty climb from the wind there, which is it's the
going, picked up a disc.
it's part of the game when you're playing outdoors in frisbee.
Walking back.
Yeah, you sometimes you just can't account for the wind, and
It's not like Wii Golf where you get a little wind meter. No, it's wild rules out here.
and Bell has it now. Can he make a cut? Yes, he. No, it's unfortunately dropped.
Layout.
Su Quen Lim.
Hit her forearm. Which,
Yeah,
it's the commitment is good for layouts because you have to make a split-second decision if you're gonna dive for it or not.
absolutely. Su Quen Lim unlucky there, and it's a hammer.
Let's go, Theo!
Oh, and it is caught. Rutter missing
Number
it.
66. Rutter there
Yeah.
went for the disc instead of the
3
man.
points
And
scored by
number
Hammer.
66 caught it originally, dropped it, fumbled a bit, and then caught it again on the way down to the ground.
Yeah, fantastic catch there. So it's 5-5. Rutter taking the risk there, and it didn't pay off, unfortunately. And we're on level terms again. What a game! What a game!
It's you don't look away for a minute, you might miss it.
Exactly, and the points are starting to slow down slightly.
Yeah, you can tell that both teams, they're taking a little stamina break, just save their reserves for later because it's going to be a push to the end. going to be pushed to the end, especially, you know, considering you don't really know. I have no idea how long we've been going for, actually.
No, it's we are about 25 minutes in-ish.
There are normally 70-minute games outdoors, so almost halfway, but there's still plenty to play for, plenty of points to get in the remaining time.
Absolutely, and you know, Nottingham Trent University clearly a force to be reckoned with this year. It's not a formality like previous years. You know, University of Nottingham still were the favourites going into this.
Well, Trent looked to have reinforced their squad with you know, some good players. As I say, normally the first year of playing frisbee, it's kind of an introduction year. You learn the rules, you learn the skills. Because managing to do the throws and make the disc go where you want it takes quite a lot of practice. But normally by the end of their first year, you know, players are quite sufficient. Like Maya's actually, she started playing frisbee this year.
Well, Maya Israel, and she's playing in Varsity.
In Varsity. You can see her now running into the end zone.
Maya Israel there.
Yes.
She's making herself available. She's come back out the end zone. And Lou's got it now. Lou's got the frisbee.
So Maya's one of the women who's going to take the club forward in the future.
Yeah, Pearson gives it to Gayton. Gayton now, what can he do? Gives it to Lou. Lou available for the cut there. Gives it to Israel. And she goes for the throw, and it is blocked by the Trent player.
Very good D there.
He's just so
Great
tall.
defence.
Yeah, so it remains 5-all.
Mind you, it can be a bit dangerous to defend like that, because when the disc's flying, if you get a hand to it and then the attackers still catch it, it still counts as a point. So the best way to defend is to hit the disc directly down, because that way there's no weird deflection.
It kills the play
into the path of Hannah was waiting for it there. She was waiting for the disc to come over the top.
Yeah, Hannah Booth, she's been getting in some great positions, and you know, could have 3 points to her name already. She's got one.
That's the thing with frisbee, because you need, as you can see, you need to be constantly on alert, constantly running around, and sometimes the points last a very long time. And there's not very many breaks in the play until there's actually under point. You see here, UoN have possession again, and now they're on the attack, so you don't get a break.
Yeah, Pearson with it now, gives it to Miller. Miller's been a great creative player. He thought about a throw into the end zone, but he gives it to Lou.
It's a gamble, isn't it? Because you either play the possession game or you go for the killer shot.
Rutter. Oh, this is brilliant play. They're moving it beautifully. Oh, this unfortunately... Israel, she could have had a point there. It could have been 6-5. It was
I think the wind took it there.
Into the end zone. But unfortunately, he was unable to be caught.
He's been eating the entire time we've been here. Yeah, that sounds good. It was really good.
That was always
Right, mine's side
Lentils,
Oh, yeah.
some bell peppers, a bit of peas, cumin, oregano, za'atar, sriracha, and then I put some tofu on top. It was really nice. Yeah.
So Trent have the ball. Oh!
Number 66 trip, but the disc didn't leave his grasp, so they keep possession.
Yeah.
Friendly handshake between him and Gayton.
Clearly an accidental trip there by George Gayton, but you know, no hard feelings, and Trent can carry on. That is a fantastic throw. He is a great talent, isn't
When
he?
you're throwing in the wind, it's vital that you keep it low and you keep a lot of spin on it, which number 66 did there very well recently.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You know, he clawed it out the ground. And UoN do have possession back now, though. Gayton goes back to Rutter. Rutter round the corner.
66 is back.
And
Back to the
yeah,
defence.
not the best throw from Rutter as Trent intercept. And 66 has it. No, Miller
has it.
with a fantastic interception. And Rutter goes long. Can it be caught by Israel? Yes, oh no, it cannot. She was probably put off by the Trent player coming back there.
See, that's sometimes when you just can't get the disc and you're a defender, you need to do all you can to put off the attacker. So he just ran in front of her there. It was plain simple.
You know, ran in front of her, no contact. So that's perfectly within the laws of the game to do so, and it did put her off.
It's your only hope sometimes, you know, because he wasn't getting the disc. He was chasing. You hate to see it, but I'm sure Maya will pick up her form.
Yeah, she's been fantastic throughout the season. You know, two drops, but you know, sometimes that's part and parcel of the game.
She's done great to get into those positions originally, so
Exactly, that's like 90% of it, isn't it? Getting into those positions to make the catches. But here comes Trent with a dangerous throw. And brilliant defending by George Gayton, stopping a certain point for Nottingham Trent.
Majestic, like an antelope out there on the field.
It was absolutely majestic from George Gayton. and he stops what was a certain point for Trent there, who would have retaken the lead.
I hope that the Trent less experienced players are taking note of some of the skill on show here today. A lot to learn from.
Yeah, George Gayton, a fantastic player, and he's scored a point and he's stopped a point as well. Both sides of the game. Absolutely, and UoN going to get things underway again.
Let's go, Union! Time!
And Trent, unfortunately for us, get another point. That's 6-5 to Nottingham Trent University now.
I think if you push hard in the end zone, there's always going to be the option available for an easy catch, unless your defence is watertight, which it's very hard to do because you can't mark a player and look at the disc at the same time. And unlike football, we got to mark goal side. So if they get the ball, you can kind of hold them up. But frisbee, you have to be between them and the disc, which of course is very hard with them running behind you.
Yeah, very hard skill to master, and Trent do retake the lead after University of Nottingham briefly led by 5 points to 4. It's now 5-6. Nottingham Trent having a fantastic showing here today, and it's only 2 points for them needed to get to the halfway stage.
No, he's going to get a drink.
So you can see the group of the publicity sec Louis and the Gen Sec George both are very upset with this result. Their mood is definitely been dampened by this race.
Absolutely, but there's still a very long way to go. Trent still need 9 points to win, and UoN need 10. There's still a long way to go.
It could go down to the wire on this one.
Yeah, it could also turn on its head. You never know, and it's a low pull there, not the best pull from
that's the
from the Nottingham Trent player. And words being exchanged.
The side stack is still working.
Lou having to take the ball back. I keep saying ball. The frisbee back to where it landed, as opposed to where it ended up, which is a few metres away. Finds Booth.
I have to say, a lot of the women,
Booth gives it to Lou.
Su Quen, what they lack in aerial prowess, they more than make up for in work rate and just sheer pace race.
And brilliant technique as well.
Hate to be Su Quen's marker. Look at that, just left her for dead.
Yeah, Su Quen Lim with the frisbee now finds Ferris. Ferris, brilliant fake there from Ferris. Gives it back to Lou. Lou is a brilliant handler. Always an option. Finds Bell, brilliant catch by Bell. Ferris trying to lose his marker there, and Bell's pass is blocked.
I think that was because if it hit the defender's arm after it left Tom's hand, then it is a point block, and that is perfectly legal. But it seems to me that it was hit out of Tom's hand before he had a chance to throw it, in which case it is a foul.
Yeah, so that was a foul by Trent, and Bell has it again, gives it to Lou. Always an option.
He's doing well. He's the Andrea Pirlo of this team.
Yeah, and Lou finds Bell again, and Bell gets it to Miller. Miller, creative genius, finds Lou again. They're very close to the end zone now, and it's Bell with the point. 6-all. Brilliant work from Lou. And 6-6.
One of the relatively recent joiners to the men's team. He only started frisbee last year. I think he's still only 20 years old, but he's in the men's team here, and he's doing a proud race.
Yeah, it's in these varsity fixtures generally. University of Nottingham will pick their most experienced players, your third, fourth years, your PhD students, which many of the team are today. But no, Tom Bell in his second year, doing himself proud and doing the team proud.
It's a great opportunity to get some experience as well, especially for first years like Maya's done very well to get in it in her first year. Hannah's in second year, Tom's in second year, so it's great for their uni careers moving forward.
Yeah, and it's great to see that because there's so many great players leaving at the end of this year, that the team will be in good hands in the following year, and hopefully more great players join next year as well.
That's the thing. It's good to have a good team, but your recruitment needs to be good. You need to be able to get people and inspire people, to carry on playing the sport. And with sports like frisbee and korfball and the kind of the unique sports, that's very important. I'm sure the football team are never going to be running out of players, but it's a real issue on frisbee.
Exactly, and it's a great mixed sport. Great team spirit. The team had a night out the other night ahead of the varsity fixture. their biggest social of the year.
Our cocktail crawl social. And yeah, let's just say that people got merry.
Yeah, people were merry, you know, and it.
Having a good time.
Yeah, and I came along as well. You know, I knew I'd be here today, and I wanted to meet the team, and you know, see this team spirit, and it's brilliant, and it is showing on the pitch as well. But yeah, here come Nottingham Trent, and that's a brilliant throw into the end zone, and it is caught 7-6.
Number 66. We need to catch his name at some point because he's outstanding.
He is a brilliant player.
We've got Gayton marking him, and he's trying. You saw Gayton leap there.
Yeah.
To try and block it, but
it was honestly nowhere near it, was he, George Gayton? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Number 66 having a great game.
Must be more than his hat trick now. He must.
Yeah, he's
4 or 5.
66.
Charlie Ferris. They're trying to inspire the team,
Yes,
high-fiving them. That's what it's about. It's about keeping the spirit alive. You know, it's only 7-6.
It's only 7-6. I mean, it's level pegging. You know, no team's been more than 2 points ahead.
Yeah, the next point might be very important because if Trent get the next point, then it goes to half-time with University of Nottingham 2 points down.
Yes.
Whereas if University of Nottingham equalise, then you know it's 7-all, and it's you know very much all to play for again.
So it's just about the mentality, isn't it? I mean, this is about as big as they come for the uni. You know, there's nationals, there's regionals and all that, but you know, you got to beat your neighbours.
Exactly. If you know, you can't be the best in your region or your country if you're not the best in Nottingham.
Exactly. But Trent, they seem to have a very, very prolific team at the moment. This Trent team could go on to, you know, do great things.
Is it the best Trent team you've seen?
It is. It is for me.
And that's not even after one half of Ultimate. You know, it's and that just shows. And brilliant catch by Rutter there after he was sold a bit short by Lou. You know, 7-6 to Nottingham Trent, and Miller goes for a long one.
He's unreal.
Will the wind take it?
He's out of
I'm not
control.
sure if that was a. I mean,
And it is
Tom. That's
defended very well.
Charlie Ferris.
Ferris was following in there.
On the end of that one.
It was a pass intended for Booth, but then it just veered away, and Ferris was almost in there to equalise, but defended extremely well by Nottingham Trent. Again, they have a couple of really tall players that are, you know, great in that end zone. Oh, and Miller fouls his man there. Going for the disc, but caught his man.
It's professional. Oh no, wait.
No,
it was a turn.
something's happened. It is
Professional foul, I think there. However, it looks to me as if UoN are still in possession of the disc, and they are.
There must have been
an end zone play. They're doing a vertical stack.
And Rutter gets it into the end zone, and it's caught by Miller, and that is 7-all.
I was concerned then that he landed outside of the end zone. However, I think they're going to let him off on that one.
Yeah, there was a bit of confusion there. It was you know, a slight delay, and you know, Trent, after conceding that point, have to trudge all the way to the other end, and it's 7-all.
Demoralising walk. Once you lost a point, you never want to have to walk all the way along the pitch, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the worst bit as well, isn't it?
Really gets in your head.
After conceding, so it's 7-all. So whichever team scores next goes into half-time with the lead.
Yeah, very good to have the moral high ground at half-time.
A huge point.
So going back to Joel's point there, Frisbee, if your momentum's carrying you and you land, that's you know where the disc is. So if you're running towards the end zone and you do a mid-air catch and you somehow jump like far enough to land in the end zone, it counts as a point. You know, you're not allowed to move the disc, but you are allowed to allow your momentum to carry you. So there, I thought Joel arguably he jumped out of the area.
Yeah,
I think, which you know wouldn't be a point ordinarily.
But
self-reffing, isn't it?
It's been a let clearly.
No one cared enough to contest.
Yeah, this is certainly a very tight varsity fixture, tightest varsity fixture Ultimate Frisbee has seen for a few years, that's for sure. And a slight dispute going on there between Israel and one of the Trent players. Is it a question of stalling?
No, I think it was Maya hit the disc with her hand. You can see that the UoN players, they're forcing flick, which means they're forcing...
Tight Theo.
Nearly caught by Miller there.
Forcing their Trent counterparts to throw forehands. So you force them into an area of the pitch that you have marked. So here they're all defending. All the players in the stack are defending on the same side, preventing the Trent team from running into the area that isn't covered by Maya.
Fantastic. So, there's a fumble there, but the Trent player does recover. Bell unable to capitalise, and the Trent player's run into space, and it is a long throw, and it is not caught. And I couldn't really see the action there, but I could tell by the reaction of the Trent faithful that he did not catch it in the end zone.
It was a very impressive roll curve. I think it went over the heads of the spectators at one point before veering back into play.
Yes, it's fine if the disc leaves the field of play as long as it doesn't land outside. Yeah, as long as it comes back, and that's brilliant.
That's the thing with frisbee. It's very hard to predict the properties of the disc. With a ball, it's going to jump. Bounce even. It's going to go a place if you kick it. But a disc, you can put all kinds of spin on it. You never know where it's going to go.
Yeah, very unpredictable.
That's part of the skill.
Great catch by Rutter. He's in possession of the disc now, and he finds Gayton. Gayton finds Israel there.
So the tactic they're currently using is when you stack, you play two handlers, and their job is basically to throw it to each other while the players cut, as you can see they're doing now. Miller's just cut, Tom's just come back from a cut, and he's cutting again. So the handlers, it's gone long.
Oh, she's taken her cap off. Let's go, Shenzi. Oh, that's brilliant. And it's 8-7 to University of Nottingham.
There's a questionable point. If there's a loud enough applause, then the point stands.
Yeah, wow. So that will be half time then. 8-7 to the University of Nottingham. We'll join you when the second half gets underway.
Oh man.
Taxi, that taxi.
Can you remember who started on that?
It's the most pointless taxi I've ever spent in my life. Charlie got its 3 missed calls. I think because remember we broke. Yeah, because we thought it was.
Yeah, we might have.
I think we broke very first.
So that means we'll start with the disc.
Because the guy said, "Oh yeah."
Basically, whoever was on.
Yeah, I think we
my taxi. We only went like 400 metres.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Charlie got in it and just went up to the top of Derby Road. Yeah, I think he did. Did we make him run? No, he got into the top of the hill. Charlie got into the top of the hill and then. Yeah, because I was like, mate, it's just going up like 20. Yeah. It was like £5.60. It's a lot. And then I was like, rips us off. Yeah. Rips us off. Like, we only got most points. Then we just got halfway down Elkinston Road. Did you come in the taxi? Yeah, for a good 20 seconds. It's the most pointless taxi. Couldn't remember how I got remembered. Could you not? Thank you. Elkinston Road, it's a dangerous place to film. Exactly. It's Radford size. If someone wanted to mug me, I'd probably happily just Tiny passed out in the.
So why haven't you got a high-vis jacket?
Yeah.
That film.
It's a mess. Yeah.
I wish I had the funding for a high vis.
I was waiting outside. He was chundering in the toilet. He was just
No, you can wear a green hat.
Yeah,
green and gold stripes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can the clubs not buy you that?
I'm gonna propose that as soon as I can.
That and a drone. That's all you need.
Yeah, that and like obviously a matching one for the drone.
A matching
Have
outfit.
like a D-brand skin.
Get a little hat as well.
I'm filming all of it.
Is it going to be put over with our commentary?
Yeah, I might go for that. Your guys' commentary on top of this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I just got to match it up.
Did you guys stop for half? Okay.
Yeah. You made like a couple of calls.
Just vinyl, I was doing my head in vinyl. Why didn't you rather leave when it's still time?
It'll be easier now.
I've been taking notes of the score as well.
Oh hey.
I know. I saw that. I was like, that's very professional.
Yeah, the guy's got
Getting a lot of praise on the radio. This guy's so commentary.
You're getting a lot of slander on this one though. We'll make it
Get a
up.
nice balanced viewing.
Join us back at the start of the second half. We're just about ready to start.
Teams are lined up.
Yeah, Miller is about to take the pull. And here we go, second half about to start. UoN lead 8-7.
The signature spin pull that Joel's been doing. Don't know if it's to show off or whether it actually gives some kind of advantage, but it looks cool.
It does look cool. And Miller having a fantastic game, the president of Ultimate.
He's a big presence on that pitch, and I think he'll bring him through this.
Oh,
Chasing. Is it a layout?
oh,
That's one of the opportunities where you just got to think, got to do a layout.
Yeah,
40
maybe a layout would have
It's a split second.
would have gained Trent the point there. So a throw into the UoN end zone.
Particularly wasn't as committed to the point.
Yeah. So a layout may have given Trent the
It would have
point.
given us some. Would have given us some popularity points amongst the Trent supporters. You know, everyone does see a layout.
So, right.
Absolutely, and Lou's got it now, and you know he's got just under 10 seconds. Joel Miller there finds Ferris. Ferris,
Absolutely brilliant.
can he find? No, unfortunately not.
Nice throw. You heard the
Person,
Trent marker of Charlie. Complimented his throw. You know, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, Reece.
Absolutely, you know. We were talking earlier about the ultimate frisbee community and how appreciation of each other's games is never
Part of it. It's a big part
yeah,
of it.
absolutely. And Nottingham Trent
Let's go, Monica!
lose possession there as the frisbee goes out of play.
So now,
Some great defending there.
UoN, we can capitalise on this. You know, it's another end zone play. We've done well at them today. You know, it's all about spatial awareness and trying to lose your markers.
Absolutely. When we've had Trent pinned back in their own end zone, we've been very dangerous. And it's Lou there, one of the handlers, a very reliable handler at that as well. Finds Miller.
There's been no way through. They're playing it around. They're playing it around.
Yeah, Miller
Possession,
finds Lou again. So the handlers just playing it in between themselves, just so they can find an opening that one of the cutters makes.
Sue was so free.
And Miller has it again.
Technology there, Reece. Very, very good. You picked up a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's Pearson with the ball now. Finds Ferris. What can Ferris do here? Ferris finds Gayton. Gayton can Suquen score!
Brilliant.
Absolutely. Suquen Lim with the point. It's 9-7. Are University of Nottingham going to run away with it now? This is the first point in the game that a team has led by 2 points.
It's back to the normal programming of how this fixture normally turns out.
Hopefully a strong second half from University of Nottingham. It's certainly
It certainly has enough
Looking like that.
momentum.
it's certainly been a strong start, and you know, I think the next point might be vital now. If it's UoN's, then they might start to run away with it. If it's Trent's, then they may get back into the game. But it's 9-7 to the green and gold at the minute.
You can tell how it's affecting the Trent players. They're walking back very slowly to their end zone.
Yeah,
A few words of encouragement between each other, but is there any way back for them here, Reece?
you know what, they've been playing extremely well, but I think now University of Nottingham starting to exercise their superiority. You know, they were the favourites going into this. The Trent players, you know, trying to rouse themselves
They played
again.
very well, but I think they might just not have the mental, stamina
Yeah,
to keep up with this.
it must be tough because they have been unbelievable. It's probably one of them where they've been all having their best games, and it might still not be enough to beat the green and gold, who have ruled this fixture for many years.
But they shouldn't feel demoralised at that because they've played very well. You know, you can tell it's quite a young team. You know, so growing into the future.
Absolutely, you
Might
know,
be next year.
yeah. You know, it's still far from over, however, and Gayton about to take the pull.
So,
Wham! Brilliant pull.
Miller is taking this point off, so we'll see how the game fares without his involvement.
Yeah, Miller, you know, has played most of the points,
He loves it.
maybe even all of them. Yeah, he's he's been one of the key players for University of Nottingham today. And there's a bit of a dispute about whose disc it is, and a pick's been called. And but it does look like Trent will restart.
Number 66, what game he's had.
Yeah, number 66. Arguably Trent's best player. He's been unreal today. As Trent on the attack. Brilliant interception there. That was fantastic from Monica Pearson there. And as a result, University of Nottingham do regain possession. And Gayton will start things off. And he finds Rutter. Rutter finds Bell. Bell on the right now. Into the end zone. It's caught by Hannah Booth. It's 10-7 to the University of Nottingham. Are they starting to run away with it here? They have started the second half extremely strongly.
Brilliant.
And it's another point for Booth. You know, we were saying Booth's been getting into some excellent positions. And, she had the freedom of the end zone there to catch that one and put University of Nottingham 10-7 up.
the Trent supporters have calmed down a bit.
Yeah.
They're clearly not as happy as they were at the start of the game recently.
Absolutely, and Booth gets her second point in the game. And the way it's been going is the men in the team seem to have been the creators, only getting 3 of University of Nottingham's 10 points. But braces for both Booth and Pearson so far, as well as Sue Quen and Sensi To as well. So
They've been brilliant, haven't they, Reece? They've been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the girls, the fantastic receivers of some great passes from Miller and Bell. Fantastic.
We've got Bell here with us now. So.
Yeah, we got Tom Bell.
Not him.
He's refused to have an interview.
He wants his mind to stay focused on the
Yeah, you know what? No comment.
They're playing very well.
You know, they're very well media trained, the Ultimate Frisbee team. No comments during games.
Yeah, we like it. We'll have our post-match interviews.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
So, a great pull there, deep into the Trent half. And look how quickly the University of Nottingham players have got up the pitch there.
You can see the press. It's pretty hardcore,
No
The
line,
Trent players have to move it very quickly, otherwise they won't have any opportunities before
Absolutely.
they get stalled out.
So, University of Nottingham 3 points ahead now.
Pinging it around very well.
It's been so tight.
Gone long.
And here come Nottingham Trent. And they get the point.
Good catch.
10-8. Great play from...
It took her out of her balance and she's on the ground still.
Great play.
Is there
a dispute here?
Joel is head of the anti. That was a point committee.
Yeah. No, it has been given.
Yeah, it's been given as a point. So.
Yeah. Great play from the women on the Nottingham Trent team there.
And a lot of commitment for that final catch.
Yeah.
Ended up on the floor.
Your body can repair itself. The point can't.
Very true.
Brilliant catch. 10-8 to the green and gold as it stands, and they have to make the long trudge back to the other end now.
You can see what it means to them. It's Derby Day. Body's on the line. Not even a thought about personal safety there. Just the disc is all that matters.
Absolutely brilliant play from Nottingham Trent. Because if University of Nottingham got the next point in that last play, then it would have been it. But now they have a lot of hope again because they're only 2 points behind.
It's exciting.
Yeah, this is a fantastic game.
Time to cash out your bets.
Yeah, all bets are off. This is a very tight fixture, and Nottingham Trent refusing to lay down here. Maybe past Trent teams at this point would have done, but this team clearly mentally quite strong.
I mean, it's brilliant. It's good to see. It's been neck and neck. You get the lead, and the key thing there is you don't want the other team to run away with it. And 2 points ahead, they threatened to, but they've managed to claw one back.
Absolutely. If you start to run away with it, then it can be hard for the other team to mentally stay in the game. Clearly, Nottingham Trent they've just had a little timeout discussion there and a spin pull.
It's a big part, the mentality, because obviously you need to motivate yourself to really push yourself hard. Because if you look, it's a lot of sprinting. People, you're going somewhere and you got to get there as fast as you can. The only time you actually have any break is when you're on the disc race.
Yeah, that is an ironic part of this sport, I suppose. Lou has been an absolutely fantastic option.
Always been there.
Possibly the best
job handling with Rutter.
Absolutely, Rutter with a great throw, and is Miller going to catch it in the end zone? Unfortunately, not.
Catch.
Yeah, might have had the sun in his eyes there.
Yeah, that's very true. Speaking of the sun, it's blind us at the moment. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful sunny day. Yeah, with a day to go to the spring equinox, it's almost like it's summer. It's a lovely day here at Clifton campus, and everyone's in great spirits. Smile on the face of Miller despite his failures catch it.
Yeah, it's you got to stay positive, And the Trent team are doing a brilliant job.
Exactly, yeah. Number 66 making himself available, but being marked by Gayton. And that is great marking from University of Nottingham, forcing Trent into the mistake.
It's the pressure.
Absolutely, and Lou's going to take this throw now.
If you can't, get in contact with the disc, do what you can.
Do what you can to put your opponent off. Exactly. Lou finds Rutter now.
That was a leap and a half. He must have cleared a bit.
Yeah, rose like a salmon there. Miller, can he find?
Oh,
yes.
Absolute heartbreaker.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and UoN restore their 3-point lead. It is 11-8 now, and more brilliant creative play from Joel Miller.
It's not over yet, Reece. Though I've got a feeling that Trent are gonna claw their way back into this fixture.
Yeah, next point could really have a say on, the outcome and where this is going. UoN 4 points from the victory now.
You got any comments?
Stamina's running low amongst almost every player. The times between the points is getting longer, and you got to stay with it.
Yeah, but that was brilliant play from Rutter in that point, rising like a salmon to meet Lou's pass before finding Miller.
Yeah.
And how many?
It was all down to Theo at that point.
Yeah.
Some say.
How many points has Miller assisted today? He's been absolutely brilliant.
I don't know. We haven't been keeping track of assists, but I'm sure Louis, the cameraman, could give us an insight.
Yeah, Louis going to stat it. We've been taking the scorers, but quite hard. To two-man it with getting all the stats and facts.
Yeah, of course, we are just two men.
And a brilliant pull there, remaining airborne for a long time, allowing the UoN to get bodies up the pitch.
Charlie's right there. As soon as the guy catches it.
Yeah, Ferris marking their tallest player, which makes sense. Ferris, recognisable not just from his number 13 shirt and his cap, but his incredibly tall stature at 6'5".
Exactly. I mean, there's a bit of a rivalry between him and Gayton for the hat. Number 66 again.
Number 66. It's another point for Nottingham Trent University.
I mean,
he's
keeping a minute. He's one-handedly keeping a minute.
He has got to be the man of the match. Out of anyone, even the UoN players, because he has,
He's been there. He's always been there for Trent.
Despite being a seventh of the team on the pitch, he's been way more than that with his play.
Singing his praises tonight.
It's not just the positions he's been getting into, but it's been the
execution.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen him drop a catch.
Yeah, you can get into the positions, but if you can't make the catch, then there's absolutely no point. And he is,
So really catch his name.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 11-9 to the University of Nottingham, and it's very tight.
At least 4 points left to play for.
Yeah, and their point scorer, is making way for this point after a brilliant play. And I think
every point in Frisbee. That's the thing. You saw Joel Miller. Very, very
very important player.
Important man.
But he has to take points off as well. As the Trent player goes off, George Gayton also takes a break as well.
Oh yes. So we got an hour, but Miller is there out of the experience.
Absolutely.
Gayton is a fellow PhD student.
Yeah.
With Miller.
Miller and Gayton, the PhD boys, and absolutely huge members of the team.
Well, they've been here for years.
Yeah. They make the team tick.
So it'll be hard to replace once they.
Trent also playing well. We're not.
Absolutely.
Doctors, I guess.
We're not playing.
And Trent's pull there,
So
taken by the wind.
Call a brick. I think. Call a brick and bring it back.
So.
Bring it back to the middle.
So that's very handy for University of Nottingham.
So what you don't want to do is you don't want it to go off to the sides, because now, as you can see,
University of Nottingham make up a lot of ground.
Back to the middle.
Just
make up ground.
from nothing. Just
almost
from
at the edge of the centre circle there.
Yeah, just from a poor Trent pull. A bit unfortunate. It was just taken by the wind.
It was. Yeah, you can never predict. That's the thing. When you get it to float in the air, there's always a danger that a gust will just come and take it.
Absolutely. Lou making himself available as always. Brilliant handler, and he's in space again if he's needed, and he is needed, of course.
Lou and Joel handler partnership is very good.
Absolutely, and
cuts.
he finds Miller as well. Miller back to Lou. Lovely little interplay. Rutter there coming in, making the catch.
Well organised, this green and gold team.
They know exactly what they need to do, and when Miller runs forward, Rutter comes back in. And
the handlers are pushing up.
Yeah. Miller has it now, and he hits the hammer. Oh, that would have been an incredible point had she caught that. Unfortunately, not for Monica Pearson.
But they're hard to pull off, Reece. I don't
Absolutely.
think I've ever managed one. So
yeah, Miller's already had one assist with a hammer today.
He likes
that could have been another one.
He loves it.
That probably might have been the point of the game had that been caught.
And when you execute your hammers like that, you're going to do them all the time.
Yeah, and Pearson did everything she could there to catch it, the layout, but it still wasn't enough.
In a great position. She'd left her marker for dead. It's just. a few centimetres too far.
Oh, poor drop by the Trent players there. You know, just as they were getting up the
You've
pitch.
got an opportunity to reset now, and
You know, because they had a let off there with the point not being scored by UoN, but here they come again, and they look dangerous every time they come forward with Sukwen Lim.
let's just hope
with
that
a
the
great
Green
fake.
manage to put one away before the end of this
Monica Pearson there.
turnover.
And she finds Lou again. Lou always making himself available. Fantastic player. Throws it into the end zone, and it is caught by Sukwen Lim. That's fantastic. No, that's not Sukwen, is it? Yeah.
Getting a nice buffer. We're going to be running pretty close to time. Just about 10 minutes.
Wait, so it was 10 minutes left?
Yeah.
10 minutes left.
10 minutes left.
Still soft cap anyway. That just came all the way.
So home phone battery is going to be able to do it. Now,
Yeah, I think it should have a ref.
25%.
be so hard. Yeah, it would be, because you'd have to be so fit. You'd have to have like
It does, the American version have a referee.
Yeah, AEDL has some refs.
In fact, they've got like 3 of them.
Yeah, they've guys in like the end
live-
zone.
like a
Two
live
end
guard,
zones.
All over the place.
Running around in the middle.
Because they're American, they just, you know, they can't have spirit. It's genetic.
When you get intense,
Genetic,
intense games,
I
though,
think that is rubbish though. That is rubbish.
All right,
I mean,
all right,
you
Sam.
could say, oh, yeah,
I went for something there.
I think
Shoot
it's.
me.
I think
Yeah,
more
I
it's
think
because
they'll-
it's like a televised
I don't know if
official
it's
league,
like-
True.
and it's important for
relying on
people
things
to
like
like
To
what's
actually
that-
check it.
rather than go, was that in? I think it was in. I probably was in. Have like an official, unbiased opinion. And go, actually, no, you were out.
Yeah.
And that pan yesterday.
And we are
there's
back.
right there as well.
George Gayton has just taken a pull, and here come Trent now. Pass it quite quickly there. You know, matching their first half gusto. Number 66 puts Bell on his bottom, but then Bell recovers very well. You know, he was just embarrassed, but then recovered very well.
Very well. When you're forcing, which is, you know, when you stand next to try and stop the disc, it's very important to have your hands, you know, arms wide as they can be, and he did that there, Reece.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, Bell was at first fooled by the number 66 of Nottingham Trent, but you know, recovered well. And it's George Gayton now finds Sayers.
Yeah, Lucy, she's been a very good player in the points.
Yeah, the women's captain, of course. George Gayton finds Ferris.
They've got the
Nice distance there.
link up on the field, and they're very
Absolutely.
good friends off the field. So.
Yeah, they are very, very good friends. Ferris finds Bell. Bell finds Miller.
Tom Bell, of course, younger brother of Nick Bell, who the long-time fans will remember his role in the first team.
There we go. Ferris has it now, and he might be stalling here. No, he does find Miller. Miller into Bell. Oh, that's fantastic. That is brilliant.
Absolutely.
From the boys
Carved
in green and gold.
like a knife through butter.
Absolutely, the Trent defence carved. And Tom Bell gets his second point of the game.
They say it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I'm sure she'll be warming up her vocal cords. Right
Yeah,
now.
it is very, very close now, and becoming very apparent that the University of Nottingham will be taking the title once again.
They've had a great contention of it, though, Reece.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you've mentioned before in past Varsity fixtures, University of Nottingham have ran away with it. You know, in previous fixtures, you know, it might have been over already.
Yes.
But you know, still going here. You know, Nottingham Trent are going to get a very, very good go, and there's a time up being taken, so we'll rejoin you after that.
EDU road.
I've never heard someone say edge.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, I know, he gave me a talent.
I mean, judging by the size of these huddles, it might just be because we're in a denser huddle at the minute. Looks like we might have slightly more people. I mean, the whole squad is 12. We have 12.
They've got 10, but there's one over there and the
Injured, yeah.
But probably the injury probably didn't help Trent.
Yeah,
Did them no favours.
you don't want to lose a key player like that.
You don't want to lose any.
I guess it's a team. That's, you know,
It is. There's a link in the chain.
it falls to pieces.
Falls apart.
Famously so.
You can keep them.
Oh,
As long as I get a credit at the end, it's commentating.
I can imagine, swirly text.
Okay.
If you a link in the chain.
Commentated by. You could be in the squad next year.
Right, you rejoin us back at Clifton campus now. The score 12-9 to the green and gold. Miller with the pull, and it has remained airborne for a very long time, allowing the University of Nottingham players to get well up the pitch. The pull went into the end zone and was dropped in the end zone by the number
So when it's
66.
dropped, that is a turnover on the edge of the end zone. So now it's a very promising position for.
Chill, not chill!
Lou finds Miller. That's another point.
That was unlucky.
I think,
Brilliant.
The difference in team sheets in terms of numbers is really, apparent here. You can tell that UoN have a lot more of a line to kind of, rotate. Most of the Trent players seem to be playing every point, which is very admirable. However, the stamina, it's hard. They're almost Iron Man in it.
Tommy did all the work in that
Absolutely,
point.
and Miller getting his first point in the game, and he made all that possible with a fantastic pull that went all the way into Trent's end zone. It was then dropped, and
Number
then
66 makes a rare mistake on his behalf, but I think they'll forgive him. Considering how
he might be quite tired at this point.
Yeah, he's
UoN so close to victory now, 13 points. Miller profiting from his own brilliant pull.
20%.
I know it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, and this time Miller has gone off, so the pull will be taken by George Gayton.
GG, as the fans call him.
Yeah, absolutely, and University of Nottingham slightly running away with it now, 13 points to 9.
They're doing very well. So 2 more points, and it's
curtains.
curtains.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
afraid. So we'll see how that progresses, but it's far from over for Trent. I mean, just 1 or 2 points, and they could put a scare into the green and gold team, Reece.
Absolutely, and Gayton with another pull. This time it's caught a comfortable height for the Trent player. Number 66 trying to make amends, and they go long.
Let's go, Charlie!
Oh dear.
Brilliant catch from number 13. It was 13 on 13 there.
Yeah.
Charlie Ferris against their number 13. It was a brilliant catch, and it might have got back into the game.
Yeah, he managed to lose Ferris and make a fantastic catch.
It's hard, though, sprinting over half the length of the pitch. When you've already been running a lot. It was a case of who started in front of who, and sadly, the Trent player managed it. But it was a very good play, Reece.
Very good play. Just a big, long throw up the pitch, and it worked. Very direct.
Yeah. So if Trent can grab another one, they're right back in this.
Yeah, there can't be much time left now. This might even be a case of neither side reaching 15. It might just end.
But of course, Frisbee it's not tend to play like that because there's always the danger when you throw it around. Easy mistakes are made. Drops happen. So you never play to the whistle.
Yeah,
you've always got to push forward.
Yeah, you never want to have to keep the Frisbee for too long because, like you say, mistakes can happen.
Yeah, and that's the thing with football. If you miscontrol it, you can always get back. But there's no second chances. If you drop the disc, if it hits that floor, that's it.
Absolutely, and Nottingham Trent about to take the pull. University of Nottingham ready for it.
They are. They look raring. I feel a bit bad for all of those players wearing the undershorts.
Yeah,
thermals. You definitely don't need the thermals today.
Yeah, we are technically in winter, but you wouldn't know it today, would you? With a day to go to the spring equinox.
Normally in Frisbee, you
brilliant interplay between.
Wind, but if there wasn't this nice breeze, I think you'd be overheating out there, Reece.
Absolutely, and but we just saw some brilliant interplay between Lou and Rutter there, and
Brilliant, Maya.
Israel there gives it to Lou. Rutter now
Look for the option.
in possession.
Got his head up.
He might be stalling. There is a danger.
If there's no option available, your fellow handler, it's a roll curve and it's back into play.
Ah.
It was just out of the pitch, sadly.
Yeah.
It's contested.
This is cool.
What are they saying here?
And that's the game.
That is the game.
UoN, another victory.
Fantastic. So, University of Nottingham have won
Yes.
at.
And, they gave him a scare, though, Reece. They gave him a scare.
Yes, absolutely. You know, they did have a scare for an instant. They spent most of the first half either behind or drawing. You know, they didn't spend much time winning in that first half. They did come out of it with the lead, and then second half just exercise their superiority.
Very, very good start for Trent, though. I mean, if they play like that in a lot of their Bucks games, and maybe even next year, just maybe a little bit more organisation and maturity, I think they can next year give them a good game.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant from Nottingham, Trent to say. Brilliant competition. Commiserations to them. But University of Nottingham are the winners, and they just go into a joint huddle, which
Spirit circle. I don't know if that's a term. I might have heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's basically, this is where the captains kind of give an overview of the game, kind of like we're doing now, and say what the other team did well and what they need to improve on as well. It's a good thing to do because, you know, football's kind of just gruff handshake. I keep making a lot of football analogies. It's the only other sport I've ever played. But yeah, there's no hard feelings after games like this.
Absolutely, you know, spirit of the game. That's great. And they're in the huddle. And University of Nottingham have contributed towards the overall Super Wednesday point with a great victory here. Fantastic.
It's been hard earned. It didn't come easy, but I think for everyone involved, it's a good experience, you know, outdoor like this, and it sets them up well for mixed regionals.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining me, Matthew Coldwell. This has been Reece Davies at Clifton 3G. The University of Nottingham have won.
Make a behind the scenes video.
Just film like the viewfinder. A fair camera.